Friends, we are back with yet another conversation from the Coach Excellence series, Coaching Conversations. And today, I have a very interesting personality and a coach who has just a few hours ago completed his PCC certification requirements. Hearty congratulations for that, Prakash, to begin with.
Thanks, Kiran.
Prakash is an executive and leadership coach. He is an international NLP trainer, sports and adventure enthusiast. He is a marathon runner and a certified mountaineer. He is the founder of On in Flight, a coaching, consulting, and talent transformation company. Without taking much time, I would hand over the stage to Prakash to share a little more about himself before we begin. Over to you, Prakash.
Thanks, Kiran, for the lovely introduction. For me, every person is a hero in his or her life. My quest is helping people realize their hero in them and explore the heroics that they're capable of. That's the journey that I'm on set.
That's a fabulous thing to support society and people in helping them achieve the level of heroics that they are capable of. On that note,
Thank you.
Let's begin. The very first question for you, Prakash. What is coaching to you?
Coaching for me is like holding a mirror. The more you show up, the more you are capable of seeing. Also think of this, if the mirror is not clear, if it is hazy, what you see probably is not very clear. So the process of coaching is to even clear that mirror and help my clients see it clearer. Because two things that is attached with coaching is number one, clarity, and number two, action. So coaching process begins with clarity and ends with action. So both I think is the analogy of the mirror that I can think of right now.
That's a fabulous way to relate with it. No one likes to have a hazy mirror. I can at least safely say that line. And one who does not like to have a hazy mirror would always look for that clarity. And that clarity, I think, leads one towards their own version of accomplishment and achievement. And the space supporting a coachee in that aspect, I think, makes it such a sacred and a beautiful space for the coachee to be in and the coach to be along with the coachee while they are at it.
Absolutely.
Great. So with that, let's move to the next question. Who benefits from having a coach?
A simple answer can be everyone, but for the reason to be specific and more precise, I think leaders, managers, athletes, sports teams, corporate working teams, anybody who wants to unleash their true potential, one who feels the need to change and to explore themselves, I think they require coaching.
That's an interesting way to capture it. One who feels the need to explore and achieve. I think you mentioned in the very beginning, in a shortest word possible, that everyone can have a coach. So you elaborated also on the leaders, managers, athletes, and as well as the sports teams. I think here it's not to be mistaken. The coach who trains them for skills is one coach, whereas the coach that the coachee can sit with and have a own conversation, reflection, and identify the potential in themselves. I think is a coach that helps them. Obviously, the support coming from the sports coach on the skill part, coming as the first level. This coaching conversation, I think, helps them realize their innate or the deepest potential that is there within, and they unearth it and take the progress to their own success and their team success in the sports.
Beautifully summarized
scenario.
You beautifully summarized.
Thanks for that. Thanks for triggering it, Prakash.
Thank you.
With that, let's jump to the third one, a very popular one. One myth about coaching that you'd like to burst today.
Yeah, many people say that coaching is costly. So the results or outcomes or what someone can achieve by a coaching program is far greater than what somebody invests in a coaching program. So think of this, somebody invests money in going for a fitness program and, really becomes fit and, really becomes who they wanted to become. The result that they have got is far more greater than what they have invested in a annual membership in any fitness program, because they would then take that learning to other areas of life, maybe relationship, maybe professional, financial, everywhere. So the one myth is, coaching is costly, and I would say that the outcome that they achieve is far greater than the investment.
Fabulous. I think this is a very essential myth that needs to be burst, because often people see it as a roadblock and then do not progress. Imagine this. A whole year I passed without making progress on that subject. Let's say, for example, in this, what coaching could have done, that's something which was very important for them. And if one has not made progress for a whole year, think about the cost of poor quality. In Six Sigma parlance, we say cost of poor quality or cost of action, opportunity loss.
Yes.
Is immense. Yes. And we all being temporary on planet Earth, I think no one would like to lose an opportunity to make progress. And I think one should give it a try. That go ahead, pick up something that is very important to you, identify a coach, and then go ahead, spend that money. When doing so, I think two things happen. Their own progress, they saw that they can achieve, is one. Two, the moment I think when you pay, automatically the level of commitment and involvement multiplies, and the chances of they succeeding at it, I think, are multifold. So I encourage the audience and the coaches as well as the coaches to go ahead, invest in yourself, and visibly see this myth breaking right in front of you.
Brilliant. Brilliant.
Okay, with that, let's move to the next one. A coaching memory of yours that you can share with the audience while taking care of the confidentiality.
So, all right. So I was working with a CXO of a IT company who was also the co-founder. And he came to me telling that, you know what, Prakash, I don't have absolutely no time for anything for my personal life. I have no breather space. For me, life has become schedules. I just move from one call to another call to another call. Life has become a mess. So I just want to work on this stress that I'm going through, and how is that I can deal with all this stress. So we started the coaching program. Now 6 sessions later, probably about 3-4 months later, he comes up with this idea that, let me sign you up for something else, because I have got an idea that I want to start a new company in the area of artificial intelligence. And I said, in my mind, I was thinking, oh my God, this man was already overloaded with work. And he came to me telling, I'm stressed out. I don't have any time. And then he now wants to start another artificial intelligence company with a whooping, I think, 5 crores of, Indian rupees investment. I was thinking, how did this happen? So, he then explained to me that, while I was trying to work on stress, I was not stressed because of the work. I was probably stressed because of the outcome that I was getting from the work. Or maybe there was something inside me that was not allowing me to settle down. I wanted to do more. I think that's the reason I was getting stressed. So, that's a fantastic journey that I've seen, that, somebody, starting with a nowhere and then arriving at a place where, he's working with abundance, working with so much purposefulness and resourcefulness. That was fantastic.
I think you captured the last few lines. I must capture that first before saying anything. You mentioned about abundance, purposefulness, and action. The one word, at least I'm able to relate while you shared this experience, is about self-discovery.
Yeah.
No example probably would fit or do justice better than this. The person came with stress as the factor. And then the person went ahead and finally arrived at a decision to start one more setup, probably which would mean more work and more activity. And he's happy about it.
Yeah.
So that's a fabulous way to capture. I think the audience and those who are listening can make note of how an individual's journey started from stress, no time, life as a mess, and life becoming schedules, to eventually arriving at starting one more initiative of his. So that's a fabulous example, I must say, Prakash. So with that, let's go to the next question. Often asked in private, will coaching guarantee results?
Tough one. Now, let me ask you this question back to you, Kiran. Imagine you buy a sports car, okay? And the manual reads that it can cruise to 100 miles per hour in 0 to 10 seconds. That's what the manual says. And you buy the car and you go back to the manufacturer and you say that, you know what, this car is not speeding up the way I wanted. And the manufacturer will say, this car is built, he checks everything and he says, car is perfectly fine. Now, the onus of driving the car in 100 miles per hour or more or less is with the driver. Now, as a coach, I can partner with the client to build the car that he wants. But driving, the coach he has to do. The client has to do. So I think if you ask me, will coaching guarantee result? I will say absolutely yes. But who should sign the guarantee form? I think it's the client.
I think you put me in a very tricky situation, and this example probably will stand out for me for a long time to come. As someone who loves cars, I think it can't be a better example to respond to this question with. Everyone wants results. People even want guarantee for the results. Or some even say, can I get a cashback if I don't achieve it? You very well captured with this example. You built the car. The car has come out from your imagination. And if you choose not to drive it as a coach, someone who built it, then God bless. I think you very clearly captured in this example that the coach partners with the coachee while the coachee builds this car with a lot of effort, energy, and time. And in the end, still, as you said, the guarantee form can only be signed by the coach. That being signed by the coach wouldn't serve the purpose. It's like putting the monkey on the coach's shoulder and say, make it dance. The subject, the problem, or anything that you're taken, that monkey, if you were to look at it that way, is yours. The coach partnered you while you found a way to make that happen. Eventually, after everything, the one who makes that happen remains to be you. That is the coachee in this. Great example. I'm sure I will take this example in probably many conversations going forward. So let's move to the next question. The last question. How many times should one get coached in a lifetime? This is another question often many are curious about.
Since you like cars, let me continue with the cars. So, if someone asks, after buying a car, how many times should I manage it, repair it, or service it in my lifetime? The answer is, the way you use it. So, in our life, we have different goals, and we have different goals like, emotional goals, physical goals, financial goals, spiritual goals, and many more. So in whatever areas you feel stuck, you need clarity, you need partnership, you need someone to listen to and co-create actions along with you. I think every area you probably require a coach.
Fabulous. I think a great way to connect these two questions. It's so true. How often I need to get coached, and when I see it's in the example of a vehicle, as long as I own the vehicle, as long as the vehicle is not yet ready to be junked. So as a human being, we have our own shelf life. I think it goes on to say that as long as you are able to breathe, as long as you want to do something about what is of interest to you, and you want to make progress and probably progress in multifold, not
Yeah.
just what you can see at a skin level, but go much beyond it and have that coaching conversation support you. As long as one have this urge, I think coaching is probably a lifetime activity that one would
Yeah.
want to be associated with. Right? So with that, we come to the end of the questions. However, there is one bonus question that you will have to attend to. And that is, what would be your advice, that one advice for wannabe coaches?
I'm myself. I don't say new to the industry, but I've been certified very recently. But uh, for me, when I look at the coaching fraternity, what I feel is, just being there and enjoying this whole process. If you think that you have it in you, I think you should go for it. It's as simple as that.
Fabulous. So I think it's again comes from within. If you feel that you can do justice to that space, you will benefit. I think the first thing I have experienced and I would vouch for it is, before you benefit anyone else, as a coach in the journey of becoming a coach, I saw myself benefiting immensely from the journey.
Oh yeah,
Well,
for sure.
often being a coachee, getting coached on the subjects that matter to me, that are interest to me, I saw the benefits probably worth more than what I invested in becoming a coach. As we speak
Yeah,
today, whatever comes
yeah.
after seems to be a bonus for me. Thanks a lot for that, Prakash. So now, before we
Thank you
wind
so
up,
much.
one question for those who are interested in getting in touch with you. What would be the fastest way?
Oh, email will do.
Okay, great. And as you mentioned, is there a website where they can reach you?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I'll go ahead and feature the contact details on the in the description as well as possible on the screen, so that those who are
Yeah.
interested in getting in touch with Prakash can do it easy. So with that, we come to end of today's conversation. I hope the audience who are watching this have been supported by this conversation, and it has added some value to your perspective as a coach, coachee, or someone who wants to become a coach in the near future. If you have any questions about this conversation, please feel free to share in the comment section. Myself or Prakash will get back to you. And if you like this conversation, without any hesitation, please hit the like button and hit the subscribe, so that the very next conversation, when it comes out, you get a notification. Till we meet again, thanks a lot for being an audience on this conversation. Please be safe and take good care of yourself. God bless.